Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to Helping Hands podcast, Giving is Living. I'm your host, Shamim Hussein, here with Sister Shamim. So we'll be talking about matching gifts program. How are you today, Sister Shamim?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Good to have you here and thank you for your time. So let's start by, can you tell me a fun fact about yourself?
I'm basically, I would call it myself a nerd. Yeah. Beside that, I like to laugh, and like joking around, and I enjoy a good laugh.
Of course,
Good jokes.
Good company.
Yeah, good company, yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies, such as like maybe painting, drawing, or?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
But I do gardening, that's my favorite, and reading is my favorite. And volunteering my time is my favorite.
Of course, of course. So then how did you end up in Helping Hand?
Like I said, I love to volunteer and give my time as a charity. So I was working in IAGD. Many masajid I donate my time. So I get to know Sister Nusrat while we were volunteering at IGD. I was in admin for Saturday weekend school.
Oh, mashallah.
Saturday, Sunday, both. And so we get to meet there. And then I get to know that she works here. She works at Helping Hand. And then my daughter volunteered at Helping Hand at one point.
Okay.
And then it was, that's how I get to know.
Oh, mashallah. That's very good. So what are some different roles you'd say you had in the beginning when you started Helping Hand?
At the beginning, it was 2011 I joined. And it was Qurbani Zabiha time.
Very busy.
Very busy. So many phone calls.
Right.
And then, so main purpose of me joining Helping Hand was to help matching gift.
Okay.
Brother Farid was in need of matching gift. And then Sister Sarwat needs a little bit assistance at that time because there were so much phone calls and we didn't have the system what we have right now. Like every desk has the phone. So they are all busy. And so I was working as, helping her in that, taking the donation over the phone.
Right.
Because now our website is so easy. People just go and donate. At that time, the younger generation can handle, but the older one need assistance. So they call us.
Right. Okay.
So
and
that's how
less people that time, less people. Staff. So
we have very limited staff back then.
Many roles.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have to do many help in many areas.
So how do you serve our beneficiaries right now?
Oh yeah, that's make me feel so good that like a little bit of effort, little bit of follow up.
Okay.
And just educating the donor or talking to them.
Okay.
It helps so many people get the match, because match is something, I will say, like there's a saying that people say that it is the free money on the table.
Okay.
Even though it's not so free, we have to there is rules and regulation, but it is very easy.
Can you,
to
I guess,
gain.
elaborate a bit on the matching program? Like, let's say a donation comes in. Does it come to you after from a company, or how do we?
It has a process, like the donation come, let's say the donor donated.
Right. And
then he inform us that he's working in that company. Usually our donors are well informed.
Okay.
If there is a donation, then they will send us a donation and they inform the company that they have donated with us. Then the company reach us and say, like to verify it, to confirm it.
Right, sure.
So we confirm it, and then it'll take like 4 to 5 working weeks, and then they will send us the matching part of it. This matching part is actually the donation from the company. So the company will get the tax break on it. So it is very important for the company. Right. So documentation of these things are very important. So we have to be very thorough about it and just document it very neatly. So if anytime any company call us and ask, to some of the companies ask us to send them a proper receipt, and some of the companies say just let us know that you receive it and it's enough.
And donations processed.
And processed.
Okay.
Or some of the companies have offered portals or vendors, so we will go and just update the portal and we are done.
Okay.
So, but it is really sensitive, issue when it comes to documentation.
Right. What are some questions that people ask you most often about your program?
Many of them ask about like, they think of it as it's gonna be automatically matched.
Right.
And it's not automatically gonna match. It's they have to notify it because most company do not cater recipient organization. They want, for the transparency reason, they want donor to approach them. So once the donor is approaching them, so that I wish perhaps donor would know that, and then they will contact the company and do that. It will minimize our following effort or reminders and things like that.
Right.
If they will do that.
Okay.
But that's the most commonly they will ask, is my donation matched? No, sir.
Right. So I guess, does it depend? Do you get angry donors often, or?
That's beside the matching gift. I take regular phone calls too.
Right.
So many time, they get frustrated, or they got, sometimes they not knowing how to do that make them, I will say, disturbed, and then they pick up the phone and call us and say, I cannot do that. Your website is not donor friendly. And I feel like, okay, let me help you. And then step by step, sometimes I navigate them over the phone, and they finish it and they say, oh, it's done.
Right.
It's done.
Sometimes just a little glitch,
just a
right?
little glitch, just a little bit.
That's fine. It happens.
Yeah, but many times, it's part of my job. Like,
of course, as I was talking with Sister Sarwath earlier about donor care and how she handles calls as well. Sometimes there are angry donors, but she said we do our best to just resolve the issue on the spot, especially on call. You don't want to lose the donor, and sometimes they don't know it's like a simple fix, right? So they may be frustrated, but over time, when you explain it, they're happy at the end.
Most of the time.
Right. So, what are some, when you look at the FAQs on the page, is there anything you want to further explain or clarify in terms of matching gift?
Yeah, the main part of it is, since it is a sensitive thing, like most donor don't wanna, it's asking them, right, what is your employer name? It's not, that's not, our marketing team has to be a little bit more careful about it. So that's, I want to say in that, but we have to ask them nicely and say, this is the matching gift program and that's how it works. So if your employer participate in this program, you can please apply. Then they will nominate us.
Right.
But the FAQ, when it comes to FAQ, it's just depend on the donor's wish, if he or she wanted to do that.
Okay.
So adding a little bit more of it is like, even if your company is small and you think they don't, just ask your HR for that. That's what I want to add and explain more in the FAQ, inshallah.
So do you have a favorite humanitarian?
That's the Helping Hand is my favorite. Like I said.
Okay, why not?
Yeah. So,
care to explain why and how?
Because when I first joined 2011, it was small, and looking over the year, it's
where it has come to, mashallah.
So much growth.
Yeah,
and it
definitely.
is because all our whoever participate in Helping Hand, from volunteers to regular employee, they are all dedicated, and they all,
mashallah,
all love to help other people.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me how your program benefits Helping Hand? Like maybe elaborate more on, I guess, the process, but also, or more of the time frame it takes if donors, how long it takes for you to process matching gifts?
It takes about, from some of the company works quickly and do that. Like if the program is on one-on-one base, like HR is contacting me directly, then it is resolved quickly. But if it is vendor is involved, like a third party doing the checking or scrutinizing, I will say.
Right.
So then it will take 5 to 10 working days.
Okay, so it depends on
on the company's policy.
Yeah. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I was trying to understand the time frame, because sometimes certain donations, they have to be processed right away if we have our busy season, Ramadan and Qurbani. But sometimes I guess companies are more lenient on when they will process donations.
Yeah, and then most of the companies do that. Like they will process the donation and the matching at the same time. So let's say donor donated through the vendor, and then so they will add the matching into it and it'll come to us. But when it comes to Qurbani time, most of the time when I'm talking to donors, I let them know that please leave your note saying that this is your donation. Okay. And this is for that purpose, like to give the donation destination in it. Okay. So then we can situate it accordingly.
Okay. Sounds good. So if a person's company doesn't participate in the matching gift program, are they still eligible, or how does that work?
Because most of the company appreciate that, like they want to promote matching process. But if it is not in their budget, sometimes it is not in their budget, and many times it is not in their policy. Like most company, I will say don't want to be affiliated with religious or any kind of, if it is religious or if it is political, right? So they don't want to be involved in that. So they are very careful about it, and then they will say, sorry, we don't match. Okay, they will kind of deny it. But then they will send the donation to us too, their donation or donor's donation forwarded to us.
Oh, that's still good.
Yeah, and other thing is they will we don't do the matching. We don't forward the donation. Right. But we can employee can donate their time, and then that we will match.
Oh, all right.
So
that's awesome.
Each and every company is important.
Yes,
so any
definitely.
Small company, big company, all.
That's good to know. I thought it was either all in or all out sometimes. It depends on the companies. They're very strict with their rules. So.
Yeah. But many of them just say we are 501c3. Our organization is 501c3.
Nonprofit, yep.
But they will do only college, universities, and education, just supporting education. The other time they still say, okay, we are not supporting your organization with match, but you can volunteer your time, and then they will match it, or they will get a break on it. They can do a one free day, so they can donate it. They are not giving us any monetary, but they are giving the employee a free day. So they can
work from home, you're saying, or just a vacation type of day?
Yeah, free day.
Okay.
And then they can, that free day, they have to work at any of the organization.
Oh, wow.
To volunteer their time.
That's very good to know, actually.
Yeah.
So would you say 100% of the contributions go to HHRD?
For matching, yes. Most of the company matching, if it is coming directly from the company, it is 100%.
Okay.
But if there is a vendor involved, then they will take their transferring fees, a few dollars, I will say.
Okay. So sometimes there's maybe is it the credit card fees or
something like that?
Okay.
It's coming through bank to bank, but they will charge few dollar to processing because their staff is working, so they have to pay their staff.
Right, definitely.
So few dollars, sometimes few dollar to $50, I will say, in between, from few dollars to $50. Which is not bad if you're receiving $1,000 for a matching.
Right.
Right. It's okay.
So your workload, I'm sure it's consistent. Is there a time when it's really busy, or is it just consistent all the way throughout the year?
The way our organization work, it is all all year round, I will
consistent,
say.
right?
But there is like Ramadan time is the busy time.
It's double.
Zabiha time is the busiest time.
Right.
And then end of the year is the busy time because most company close at the December 31st is their closing time.
Okay.
So then they wanted to close their book. They wanted to close their book, so they want to do it quickly. So it is time sensitive. We have to do it in time. If we cross the time limit, if it is December 31st is passed, then the match expired. Then we will not receive the match.
And it's a new start over for the next year,
For the next
right?
year.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay. Yeah. So going off of that, I'm assuming you have some help, right? Do you have a team of people?
We have a team of just 2 people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's loads of work. So you have to keep up with each company, times by each employee. So I can't imagine hundreds of donors.
Alhamdulillah, I'm in great hands.
Right, alhamdulillah, that's good to know. So what was your favorite part of being the Matching Gifts program manager?
Favorite part is, whenever there is a simple way of matching is my favorite. Mm-hmm. I receive an email and saying, okay, confirm this and this amount of match. I'll go check it that we do have to receive the donation, and then I confirm it. It takes like 2 minutes, and I feel, oh wow, now this matching is all set to come.
It's done.
That's like such a happy time.
I'm sure some companies take longer to respond, so maybe sometimes you just have to wait on them, right?
Wait on them, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then how many emails you'd say per day you guys send over, or at least company-wise you'd say you work with on a daily basis?
Daily basis, like sometime you will laugh at it. You're not going to believe it. Okay. Sometimes 70 emails, 70 to 75 emails in a day.
Follow-ups, yes.
Follow-ups.
You have to.
At one point I counted and I say, how many?
Right.
Let me see that. And I counted and I say, my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you probably get those emails that bounce back, right? Like they go to spam, or the person changed their email. So that's probably a whole nother process to take care of before you can, follow up with their donation.
Sometime then we have to check, check back and see if they have like any updates which we missed out. Sometimes there is updates and in the system we miss out, or there is a glitch.
Okay.
But it is but most of the time it is easy, I will say.
Okay.
But 75, 80 at one point, Sister Nichelle can tell you more because she does follow up more than me. Okay. I do confirming and other thing, but she do constant follow up. So it is like 70 to 75. At one point, I counted.
Sure is double the amount in Ramadan and Qurbani season.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how does it work if there's a new donor or actually a current donor and their address change? Does that slow you down, or you're able to just follow up maybe with the other department, donor care, and then continue your end process?
Yeah, it kind of slows down sometime.
Okay.
Because donor care itself has so much work, and especially in Ramadan, they have so much. So, like I escalated to them, and then they will take care of like 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
If it takes like not more than 1 or 2 days, and then it resolves.
Are companies ever in a rush, like, oh, I need it now, or like, receipt wise or anything?
Yeah, it was like created. It is in a same pattern, so I can print a receipt by myself.
Okay.
And so is Nichelle. So it's not in that sense it is fine. But if there is any glitch in there, then we have to wait until it is resolved, and then I will be able to print the information. Okay. But most of the time it goes smoothly.
Okay. All right. Going off of that, if you were to choose one story of a beneficiary that helped your program, what would it be?
Oh, I have so many. Yeah. There was one person, it's like 2015, I will say, or maybe 2014. Mm-hmm. A person called and he was like kind of upset.
Okay.
Very upset. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, um, I don't know how your team works, and we haven't received the receipt and this and that. And I said, let me know first. Apologize, and then I said, let me know. And then he gave me the amount, and it was very small amount.
Okay.
And I I explained the process, and I sent him the receipt. And the next thing, I was like, I kind of forget about it.
Right.
And then I was thinking it was small amount, like that was bad on me. I was thinking it's a small amount, and then that's okay. But then I think 4 weeks later, I see a big amount coming from
the same donor.
Same donor.
Wow.
Along with matching.
Wow. Mashallah.
And it's only a little bit of the effort. Like I hold myself at that time when I was talking to him. I just kind of hold myself, and then kind of change the way we were talking, change the tone. And then I explained it to him about the matching gift program. Before this, I was kind of afraid of telling him about, because he was upset. So I was thinking, should I tell him about, because asking about the employer is kind of sensitive. So I was like, but I kind of have courage and ask, like, this is the matching gift process, and would you like to participate in that? And then he kind of agreed to that, but it was small amount. And then later on, there was the big amount, and along with match. Wow. I was so happy, and Mashallah. I cannot forget that.
Sometimes, you just need to re-explain the process and the program, and kind of just let them, question, and if they need anything else, it helps though. Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So final message to the audience. What would you like to say to our audience today?
My final message will be that it is the legacy of prophecy. Like all the prophet were at one point, they were donating, or they all do philanthropic work.
Right.
So this is the legacy of prophet. So we have to donate. If we cannot donate money, we can donate our time.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. So, like that's and if you cannot donate at least your time, you cannot donate, then you can promote.
Right.
The
spread awareness. That helps, There's many other ways than monetary donations, right?
Not just monetary.
Right.
Like you can donate your time, you can donate your effort, you can at least let other people know how good Helping Hand is.
Definitely. All right, Sister Shamim, do you have any favorite quote you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, there is the quote I read, like long time ago.
Okay.
And it was about like the charity work, how to like to combat poverty. Okay. It's not the task of charity. It's an act of justice. That was like just stick to my mind.
That's deep.
Like means like we are not, like we have to think about it like that. They don't deserve to be like that.
Right.
So it is the act of justice.
Right. It kind of reminds you your work and everything, and motivates you more.
Yeah. Like I have to be honest with my work.
Right.
And I have to be honest in all areas of my work.
Definitely. So I know you're more of just like internal office work and at the computer. I'm sure you would love to, eventually travel somewhere and maybe see our beneficiaries in person. Is there any countries you had in mind and like certain programs you'd like to visit in the near future?
All of the programs what Helping Hand is doing, it's great. Okay. All of it.
Yeah, mashallah.
But especially orphan sponsorship is my favorite.
Me too.
I want to go see the Jordan office. Jordan team is just great.
Yeah, mashallah.
I want to see that and visit them, and I want to see how they're taking care of the field work.
Definitely.
And beside that, I want to go to Cox's Bazar for Rohingya refugees. Okay. And I, in fact, wanted to take my kids there.
Okay.
So my kids should appreciate what they have here.
Definitely.
So, like seeing those Rohingya refugees through just on
it's
our website, it's
sure.
eye-opening. Mm-hmm. And the way Helping Hand is taking care of Rohingya refugees and the orphan sponsorship is just great. Mashallah.
Mashallah.
So much work.
Inshallah, soon we can just sign up and travel. It's very different in person rather than, we always see it on TV behind the scenes and like just on the screen.
Yeah.
But I feel like in person it will benefit us a lot more.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you, taking the time out on the busy schedule to explain more about the matching gift program.
Matching gift is a very detailed program. I just give you, like, I will say 1/10 of it.
Okay.
There is a whole lot to be explained. Like,
right.
Especially we're asking about FAQ and,
right.
like frequently asked question. There are a whole lot. It's 10 is not enough. There should be more.
I'm sure.
But I know time is limited.
Right.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance.
Thank you for coming. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in our podcast called Giving is Living with Helping Hand for Relief and Development. We hope you join again. I'm your host, Shamim Hussein. Assalamu alaikum.